got a kind of impromptu stream now. We weren't planning on casting this match. I wasn't even aware that this match was happening. But yeah, we've got 2 more Lanesmash teams. DVS, AGON and Pest from Cobalt are facing off an Emerald team. So it's a little bit of transatlantic rivalry in the form of Shock, AODR and SCRM.
And can team captain PM me if they are listening to me or not. If they can listen to me or not, please.
A little bit of Mouty whispering everywhere.
Could you hear me?
Yeah, that's all good. Joining me to co-cast this one is Napoleon from CSG.
Hey guys.
One of the better Force commanders I ever faced when I did Server Smash stuff.
Ah, thank you.
So he knows his...
He should get his streaming set up to be efficient so we can use him as a caster for many events that are coming, right?
Well, you can co-cast as well. We'll get you on the Lanesmash Discord and try and make use of you a bit. If that's alright.
Possibly, I'll have to look. But, so, in terms of the lane today, it's from Mani Biolab to Freyramp Station, right?
Yes. It's the first lane I ever played a match on. What we did, because Lanesmash was new to us, we did like 2 Hydra teams, 16 people each, because we were still new outfit and could do that back. And I would play against one of the other leads. So we played that lane 6 times, I think, before the first match. 6 rounds. And then beat Aeon from Emerald on there. But it's a good lane. Well, it's an interesting lane. Because it's on Esamir, MBTs aren't so much of a thing. So you tend to see more harassers, and air is probably still significant, but all the capture points are indoors. So you can set up pretty strong point holds still.
I think from what we've seen, like, there's the thing that would always concern me going into a lane smash. Like, if I've got to lead a team, that'd be, like, the first thing I'd want to get, because we just see it so many games where you know, the team that brings the stronger air is quite often a very big deciding factor. But at least on SMA you have like reasonably long line of sights for anti-air.
I mean, in the last tournament, the only thing we ever used our ringers for was a couple of extra pilots.
I mean, that was the interesting thing about the last tournament, is that I think the better teams, and especially like in the finals, like Koga and Hydra, they all had very similar sort of force setups. They both would bring, you know, 6 to 8 pilots. You'd have your little vehicle group, and then you'd have your sort of infantry group as well. And
with the exception of the Innie team, who would bring a shit ton of MBTs with walkers on the top. That was a Farah thing. Put a walker on an MBT and bring loads of... And it did sort of work for them. I think they got knocked out by Kogo in the air.
Yeah. I think...
But that Kogo team, that was so strong, and they really had great air. Their list of pilots was amazing.
Oh yeah, it's very nice to like. It's a nice morale boost to like go into a match knowing like you've got some guys that are gonna have you completely covered in the air. Something I'm interested in seeing like with the matches now is like a while back. I think it's last year. Like you had the stacked repair, and it was sort of nerfed on the Sundays, so they're still useful, but they can't tank the damage that they could, and you could do a lot with repair stack Sundays, but now they're very easy to kill, so it's not such a potent thing.
Well, it makes me think that maybe the Farah tactic of MBTs with a couple of rep buses mixed in is probably more powerful now, rather than just pure rep buses. Because they still got the full repair effect on other vehicle types.
Yeah, because I mean, I remember like when we were playing in tournament with Kogu, like we could just tank so much damage in those Sundays, and whereas now, just a couple of heavy assaults can, out DPS the Sunday repairs.
Well, yeah, and a Mjolnir harasser or any AP gun on an MBT is just gonna mince.
User left your channel.
Also, though, the other side of that is that the Furies aren't as good. The splash damage's been taken down quite a bit. We saw in the previous game the Catherine team using a lot of Bulldog buses instead, just for the big splash area. You can damage multiple infantry at once.
Yeah, I mean, I feel personally like the way to go Sundays is, unless you're specifically have one.
This is Moti on our call, match start in 5 minutes.
Unless you specifically have one to park inside a base, you're just better off running with like basilisks, just because they're so versatile.
Yeah, and surprisingly good against infantry. Not bad at all against infantry. Not quite as good as a Cobalt, but not that far away. But they can still shoot air and vehicles too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big fan of the Basilisk as a versatile gun. I agree with you. The base in the neutral base in this lane is quite interesting. The difficulty you've got with it is where do you put your Sunderers? There's no garage, there's no little cave, no nice rock you can stick one behind particularly. You've got this great mountain over to the east. I mean, if you've got Mag Riders, even worse, a Prowler. You get Prowler on top of this hill, and the DPS it can put out, and the coverage of an area. It can Sundays. Maintaining spawns is so hard.
And that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, once you lose control of the outside of the base, then it becomes very difficult to control the inside, and you're basically relying on, to try and outpoint hold the enemy. And if that happens too soon, then you kind of a goner if you get kicked out.
I don't know entirely what rule set these guys have agreed, because the 2017 rule set gets decided and finalised tonight at 11 o'clock. So there isn't... I mean, we've got most of it documented, but not all of it. One of the big things we have yet to agree is can you pull vehicles and maxes before the start of the round? In the first Lanesmash tournament you couldn't do that, and it made resource starvation a much bigger deal, but the fight started kind of slow. And in the second tournament you had a big amazing fight at the start, but resource starvation was a bit less of a thing, and cheese was a bit more of a thing. So I don't know what rule set these guys have agreed, and whether we're going to see MBTs at the start.
No idea.
If they've pulled MBTs before the start, then you'll have a two-phase fight where you get the big vehicle fight, and you're basically fighting over spawn locations where you can get your Sunder. And my favourite one is definitely by the triple stack on the southern wall, the southwest wall. But if they're not allowed, then we could get a really nice kind of harasser fight, or a bigger air fight or something.
Timothy on our call, match start in 2 minutes.
I'd love to see a harasser battle.
Like a good harasser team is like a serious pain in the backside. I know, like I think in some of the games, like Hydra, you guys had like quite a nice harasser team going, and it's quite a pain in the arse to deal with. And I expect, especially now, I actually
regret that for the final we changed that crew to being in an MBT. I think it was a mistake, because we have probably the best harasser player in the game, and a practically symbiotic vehicle crew in Viking and Nuggy as well. I mean, they did great work in harassers for us.
I mean, that was as well with like the before the Sunday reps had been nerfed, whereas I can imagine now harassers will just go through
Match start in 1 minute.
Sunday group, like knife through butter kind of thing.
Well, the harassers as well. I mean, if you trade with another vehicle, you've always won, because yours is 150 nanites. It's nothing. You can use it disposably, and if it gets destroyed, well, you pull another one, you're back in the fight in seconds. It doesn't take ages to get back into the action. It's the maneuverability and the disposability of them. It's such a big advantage.
Definitely. I mean, it's like, I think like if you have a like a good MBT crew, they're worth their weight in gold. But like if your tankers aren't that great, then you're gonna lose a lot of resources very quickly.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Match start, match start.
Are you watching the TR or the NC?
I'm on the TR right now.
Okay, I'm watching the NC.
I'm seeing a whole lot of mosquito.
I'm letting you, I'm not on the continent for 5 minutes, so keep watch things, okay?
Okay. Yeah, we got a pretty substantial air battle.
The NC have started off with a... Oh, they've got
Galaxy coming in
NBTs.
low and a whole lot of Sundays.
We've got like 3
definitely.
NC Vanguards at the moment. I can't tell if they're like... No, they've got crews as well. Which is quite interesting.
Whereas, I don't see a Prowler for the TR. I see 3 Walker buses. And is that a Skyguard? They've got no AV. So these Vanguards could just wash over this map and destroy them.
Well,
there's no resistance.
Completely shut down the sort of ground push from the TR. Like, you just can't push against Vanguards in Thunderers. And I think...
They hold the point. So TR have got the point, but it's kind of inconsequential right now. It doesn't really matter. With it being a neutral base, you can steal it anyway. There's only 2-3 guys in that. Well,
it looks like there's about a squad, but it's all squishies. There's no maxes or anything.
I think they just airdropped there, possibly bailed from ESF. No
I can see drop pods coming in. They've got a beacon, I think.
I'm looking for a cloak bus. I'm not on either faction, so I can't see Sunderers very well.
Well, the TR Sunderers are getting purged by the Vanguards right now.
NC have deployed a Sunderer on the triple stack, which again I think is the best spot. If you max crash the small stairs against squishes, they're gone. You've got them. Especially if they get scat maxes. Not sure though if they got a gentleman's agreement here. Maybe that's why we're not seeing the AI max.
Now, the NC have well and truly got this base locked down from the outside. There's a lot of TR in, so they've beaconed a lot of guys in.
But they've now got to switch from their vehicles to an infantry fight and take that part. If they can use the air to shoot through the doorways and get some damage on them first, that's great, but they need bodies pushing them. Now it's 2 minutes and this fight needs to switch from that initial vehicle's air phase to who is going to control this point.
I see an NC Galaxy coming in. I don't know if they're dropping, but there's like very few NC infantry. There's like 4 or something. 4 inside. Ah, here they're coming. They're coming with maxes
banana
from
building
the
too,
stack.
which in my view is weaker. Maxes from the triple stack much better.
Yeah,
much stronger.
South side. They're just standing outside at the moment. They've got some got Falcons. Yeah.
And one is that Taxars. And so that seems to me like they were expecting to fight enemy maxes because the Haxor's the highest DPS AI one. Here they come, they're pushing. Good luck to these NC guys, TR rather, they're going to need it. Is there an engine for this max?
There's no
Slow them down a bit there, they need that
ref, anti-infantry maxes were banned from the fight.
Well, you guys have to, like, if you don't tell me there's a rules to enforce, I cannot enforce it.
That's no problem, just from now on, after this fight, they're banned.
AI maxes are banned, please don't use them anymore.
User left your channel.
Well, that's interesting.
That is a gentleman's agreement, though, and isn't specifically enforceable by PSV. If somebody chooses to break that, that's their problem.
No. If I'm not aware of the rules, I cannot enforce it.
Yeah, but
It's
those agreements are between the two teams.
No, there's
Those are
no,
not
like
the
PSV
official
is
rules.
not enforcing agreements.
Exactly.
Like if we're referring a game, if people don't respect that agreement, then well, they can stop playing each other because they don't trust anymore. But PSV is not is not making the rules, so it cannot punish people for using it.
Exactly, and this is why it's a gentleman's agreement, because it takes a bit of good conduct to enforce it. But it looks like the NC have gone back on that, and they have capped Aurora Materials, first cap to the NC.
You did not fail, Vanu.
NC is the
You
DVS
failed
team.
yourself.
That, oddly enough, doesn't surprise me very much.
It's clear to me that the NC have got total control of the air right now, and they've got total control of the ground in terms of vehicle play as well. So it'll be interesting seeing what the TR do to come back from this.
They haven't pulled off like a real quick base transition over to Manny Lake, though. Manny Lake's a base that those Vanguards not really gonna do a whole lot of. Could maybe keep one up just to guard the Sunderer, but keeping loads up, not
I can
really
see
gonna
some
do
walker
much.
buses coming from the TR Biolab, 2 of them repairs. They got all the guns manned and firing on both.
They're not actually, right, they're moving together now, as they weren't actually mutually repairing. They're a bit too far away as well, really.
I think the problem is...
There's a problem with the base. What the?
I think the problem is like AA can never truly counter for that, like a good air force. I think if you try and counter enemy air with anti-air, even if you sort of keep them at bay, it's gonna cost you more time and more people to do that, and then you start to suffer on the ground fight because you've got more guys dedicated to anti-air, and it sort of breaks down the cohesion of your team a bit. So even if the air's not killing your guys, you're still suffering in terms of cohesion, and you're weak in the fight.
Yep, I go with that. These, it looks like the Haxel Max has switched to Falcons. They are just running AV now, but they're obviously running it with the intention of shooting infantry.
And this is the kind of situation when you want to get maybe some pounder maxes going, because
They'll wreck the Falcon. Well, maybe not. I mean, Falcons are good, but Pounders should beat them.
and you have the sort of added bonus for like in terms of anti-infantry, the bit of sort of splash damage as well, which is always helpful. And I find personally, even if the pounders don't necessarily kill you, the suppressive effect is quite annoying to sort of deal with. It's great for sort of doorways and stuff.
Some brutal rocket pods there around the TR spot. What are the TR doing outside the base? Have they got a vehicle push from the biolab? No, there is a Vanguard blocking that completely. This is good.
2 Vanguards.
See, that's the nice move. You keep those guys up and you don't put them, you know, somewhere useless. You put them in between the 2 bases. Just block any Sunderers pushing up. It's a nice move. You can do that here pretty well too, because the vehicle pull area is on the biolab side. The pad.
I'm gonna assume that maybe this is probably the first Lanesmash for the TR group. I don't know if that's correct, but
That's correct.
yeah, so it's always a sort of baptism by fire. But I have to say, if I'm sort of coming into something new, I'd always want to, you know, try and look at some of the past games and see what's worked for the previous teams, and then pinch their tactics and try and adopt them for my own team.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Yeah. Otherwise, you're coming in blind, really.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a shame, like, you see a lot of, it's very brutal if you come into the Lanesmash and you're sort of blind as to what it's entailed, and then you spend sort of half an hour just getting farmed by air, because you don't know that air is so dominant, you're not prepared for it, and it can be a rotten time.
Oh yeah, definitely. The air is so frustrating to fight against as an infantry player.
Absolutely.
It's one of those things I've always meant to do in Planetside, is learn how to fly properly, but it takes so long, it's so difficult.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's the skill ceiling as well, I think, with the air. I mean, I'm a ground player, I'm not big in the air, but it's like somebody who's spent like years since the launch of the game or something just practicing the air, you know, and then you've got new players trying to learn, and there's so much to sort of catch up on.
Yeah, definitely. Some of the level of skill of some pilots in this game is extremely high. And you don't learn that overnight, it takes a lot of time. We're into a biolab fight though now, and that does take air out of the equation. Well, I mean, you can't get an ESF into a biolab, but if they can get it in and use it effectively. It's one of our newer recruits in Hydra, it's his speciality, he loves it.
I mean, you can see the TR do have some pounder maxes now, like I guess they're safe to call the maxes. I suppose with the danger with the other bases, they're just going to lose them to that air if they try and push out with them. But
it's a tiny bit late though for me. I mean, they would have destroyed those Falcons earlier, I think, or should have. I mean, the anti-max capability of the Pounders is higher than any other weapon, really. They kill maxes faster than anything else.
I mean, I guess at this point you're kind of in deep trouble anyway, so it's like, well, who cares about the nanites? You gotta try something.
Little MSW kill on a Falcon Max there, nice work. I mean, they're doing a decent job defending this biolab though. If they can keep the NC restricted to the powerhouse building, the NC got no chance. I mean, the only way they're capping this, realistically, is set up the spawn camp and try to lock the TR in there, and they look miles away from achieving that right. Let's have a look at the pop. So the TR are a tiny bit ahead on population. Are you on a TR?
I'm on an NC character.
So the NC are probably 2-3 players down in the hex then.
Yeah, they've still got the Vanguard or two going around outside, and they've still got some Reavers in the air. And there is a little bit of dogfighting between those Reavers and maybe one or two Mossies. But honestly, at this point, I'd maybe think about trying to get more guys into the biolab, and just, even if you can't take it, whittle the timer down.
Yeah, they're fighting at a disadvantage right now, really, in terms of population in the head. If they feel they need to keep a Vanguard up, then I'd at least drop the gunner, so it's only one guy, just to protect their spawns. That may be worth it, but keeping an Air Force up is an overcommitment.
I mean, we've got like 4 Reavers and a Liberator. The Liberator's got 2 people in it, and they're mincing the TR air, but at the current time it's kind of irrelevant anyway.
Nice rocket, down goes the last max. We've got Resnade. It's gonna get mixed though, that bullet Lenji. The TR, do they have an engineer to rep the generator? Yeah, there's a guy on it. It's gonna take him a little while though. It'll overheat his Reptile once.
It's just strange that TR does not have a pre-capper on the previous base.
C point is flipping. No, all points back to TR. Base timer is neutral. Mouty, what's left on the clock?
Before like 15 minutes soon.
Okay. So there's still quite a long way left. It could easily, I mean, the one danger with the biolab, these kind of matches, is if they do set up that spawn cap, it's a 3-minute cap. Very, very short. But that doesn't look like happening right now. The TR are not out of this. I think basically the opening went dominantly to the NC because of tactics, because of the way that they pulled vehicles and whatnot. I don't think it's like a skill disparity between the teams, because fighting just inside this biolab, it looks fairly even, and like the TR are doing fine.
And I guess this is kind of the point where, as a TR, you maybe want to start thinking about sending an infiltrator back across to the next base.
Stalker cloak, ready to put the beacon down.
Exactly, and you flip the point and you move the fight over.
15 minutes left in the match, 15 minutes.
They could still get a little bit back here. If they cap Manny Lake back, and TR could do this here, they're definitely still in the match for the second round.
And I'm seeing a couple of TR guys coming across the bridges. I don't know if they're going to get in there.
I'm watching them now, a couple of MSW heavies doing that's not an MSW, is it? My TR weapon knowledge isn't perfect. I just do it on sound, and yeah. At
the moment it looks like the TR are like sort of largely still sort of just feeding into the bottom of the gen building, whereas they've just got one or two sort of harassing the bridges. But really I'd maybe want to see a bit more guys putting pressure from the bridges, and rather than just beating your head against that wall.
I'm trying to work out if this heavy is using a jackhammer, because we need to shame this guy. We've got to get the character number, find out who it is.
NC flipping all points
is that
now.
Jackhammer? So it is a jackhammer.
It's not like there's Max in front of him.
Is that 190? I think it's 1190. We need to find out who that is, because
something I've just noticed, quite interesting, is the TR have some AB harassers, Vulcan harassers I believe, and they're tangling stroke dying with the NC Vanguard.
Well,
they did take out
it's
an
a good move, because they can't, I mean realistically you're not going to pull another Vanguard from the warp gate. If you kill that once, then it's gone. It's something they've got to do at the start of the next round, is kill the enemy tanks, so they don't have them for the whole round.
They did manage to also take out Sunday, the NC had sneaked in at the north side of the biolab, so they're doing some good, but I think they all just got wrecked by the Vanguard and a Liberator.
And see, now on 2 points again in the biolab. They've got the square building, the A point, and the gen building.
Looks like the NC have actually parked some of their Reavers. They've landed on the south landing pad and they've gone in as infantry, which is probably the good thing to do right now.
Yeah.
So they can try and balance that pop out inside.
You're gonna need. I would keep one Falcon Max, just hanging back in the powerhouse somewhere safe, and just whenever you see a Pounder Max, Q-spot him, call it on TeamSpeak, and the Falcon Max goes.
This is... oh, they've just blown the SCU.
Oh, it's down! They actually got it down, wow!
It's like the TR just sort of collapsed there. Like, they didn't just blow the SCU, they took all the points.
We need a quick check underneath.
There's a Sunday downstairs, I think.
Yes, there is. It just deployed. It's being shot by the Vanguard. There's another one with it, but that Vanguard's could be a
quick
problem.
question regarding rules, like for official rules. Are they allowed to spawn at the warp gate with galaxies and drop on the on the base?
Yeah, but they have to go to the home base first. They can't fly directly here.
But like obviously they're going to go there. But like TR yes, but like yeah, TR is forced. Like TR because they're the one who's going to need this. Like can see.
If they pull a Galaxy from the warp gate, yeah, that is allowed.
Yeah, okay, nice.
They're repping, they've got shield bust now underneath and they're repping it up, trying to defend it from this Vanguard. Yeah, I mean, if the Vanguard takes that down, they've got no way back in. What's it like inside the biolab?
Let me just get back in. I lodged my observer camera in the wall, so I had to suicide.
I've done that before. Got TR light assault. Oh, he gets bolted. And look.
NC are just running around looking for anything to kill. TR have come in from they're coming in from the teleporter from the next base. I don't know if that's allowed, but they're kind of camped in anyway.
Well, basically, I don't think it matters because we're 20 seconds away here from a round win for the NC.
Yeah, it's game over basically.
Yeah, they're in a bad position. But
End of round. Congratulations to NC for winning that round. PM me please for how long the break is going to be. I'm going to flip the bases, so please stay out of the warp gates and the bases.
So my feeling is though that the TR didn't play terribly there. They lost the opening just a bit too quick. If they pull a few prowlers before the start of the next round and they're actually ready to fight over Aurora materials for the spawn position.
Yeah, I mean, I think
they're in there.
They last round they just came in without any sort of tank support or anything, and like you go up against 3 manned AV vanguards with reps under you, you know it's just going to be mincemeat.
Well, and they were all walkers.
Again, it's like why you want the Bassies. I mean, by all means have, you know, 1 walker on the back, but you really want the Basilisk on the front so you can at least, you know, do some damage against vehicles.
In the last tournament, that was although the other team captains thought this was weird, but I platoon led from a Sundra that was exactly as you described, a rep bus with a Bassie on the front and a walker on the back.
So you get your command vehicle only for you.
Well, it meant that I can deploy, I can rep vehicles. I was leading the vehicle squad mainly. I can use the Basilisk to kill infantry, which I did a bit, and fight air a bit. It just meant I could do a little bit of everything as needed. And keep a good view of everything that was going on.
Teams can go on their main bases until the round start.
But basically every other team leader that has ever played in a Lanesmash, to my knowledge, has played in the infantry element of their team. I don't know anyone else that hasn't done that.
I'm just looking at the sort of TeamSpeak channels at the moment, sort of seeing how the teams have sort of maybe set up, but I think the NC guys are like all on a different TeamSpeak and they're all muted here, but looks like, you know, the TR have got sort of little separate groups, and I wonder how, you know, that's affecting their cohesion, because I feel like if you split people down too much, it becomes counterproductive in terms of cohesion.
Well, have they got 3 squads by any chance, a 3-way so it's infantry, vehicles and air?
Looks like a 4-way split, but yeah.
The usual method is you split infantry, vehicles and air, and you try to keep it a bit mobile with that as well. The best team in terms of ground play that have ever done Lanesmash were probably MCY, I would say. And they had a different setup that
10 minutes before round start, 10 minutes.
I'd like to copy it, but we can't because our comms discipline isn't good enough, and they had 24 people in one channel.
It's something like I've sort of tried or experimented with, and I can see the benefits of it, but I think it depends a lot on your sort of outfit culture and the people you have.
Exactly.
Like, because some people, you know, for all the goodwill in the world, you're gonna yabber too much, and then that sets off other people, and it's complicated.
It just won't work for us. I don't think ever. It would be a good setup, but I mean, it has a lot of potential if you can get that comms discipline, but I don't know of another outfit that's really used. Although I do remember years ago we had problems with the Cobalt Air Force when we were doing server smashes, and we got Blackjack involved again. We got him back, although he's not a pilot, to lead the Air Force, and he did it from one channel basically, and it worked really, really well. So I mean, it sort of can be done, but it takes firstly an extremely good leader. To kind of, and somebody with a bit of force of character as well, and secondly, it takes a bit of comms discipline from all the guys in.
Yeah, I mean the benefits in terms of cohesion if you get it going there is like really nice. Because I mean, I've seen sometimes where like you have these fights and people have come in from the different groups, but because they're all on their sort of separate channels, it has to be relayed from one person to the next, and you get sometimes these little mistakes where it can cost you. So it's kind
Chinese whisper.
It's kind of the sort of thing where I think comms you want as sort of simple as you can get away with, rather than having too many sort of whispers and such.
I've tried all sorts of setups over the years, different sets of whispers and ways of working things. I mean, you can have people dedicated to making comms effective rather than actually playing the game, but focusing on transferring information and making it more efficient.
Yeah.
But it just seems like there's pros and cons to every setup.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it comes down to, the outfit culture, what people are comfortable with working with.
Everything I've ever used, I've found problems with, basically. There's no such thing as a perfect setup. It's just down to just find something that works for you. And when you're losing, comms always go to hell. Don't think that you lost because comms went to hell. That's just a thing that happens when you lose it.
Now, I don't want to release some critical information, but it seems that the TR forces don't even have an dedicated air force.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I cannot give name, but my spy inside them is, to say the least, not really happy about the whole organization of the team.
Well, I've advocated that in the past, to be honest. If you think that you don't have a chance against the enemy air, then it can be better to have just AA instead. Although AA is a bit crap and it's not as good as having a strong air force. If you don't have a strong air force, then putting people up in the sky just to get slaughtered is sort of pointless.
You see, I thought about this, and I kind of go back and forth on it a bit, because I think if you go like full try hard sort of anti-air on the ground and you just totally concede the air, it doesn't take long for your opponent to realize that, and soon they stop. They don't even bother pulling the anti-air stuff. It's all sort of ground pounding.
Exactly,
so
and this
your
is
infantry get the butt of it.
So what would have been your air force you put in the AA, and as soon as they switched to an air to ground setup, especially now that the air hammer is terrible against aircraft, it used to be really good, you just switch to aircraft. So your AA stuff, you just pull rep buses with walkers and they're cheap. And you do that to start with. They all redeployed, switch ESFs, it costs them 350 nanites to get an air-to-ground loadout. Then you switch to aircraft, you pull your ESFs, pure air to and you get a clean wipe.
Does everyone know for how long the break is on?
10 minutes.
Can both teams tell me they're ready?
It's been long enough, I think. Just ask them if they're
ready. Yeah.
What I really hope the TR have
I
got this
start
time...
in. Wait.
Go on. What I really hope that the TR have got this time is a few prowlers. That's what they were missing.
1 minute 30 seconds before the round start.
I mean, I'm looking at the TR now, but I'm not going to say anything because I don't.
I just
Don't
saw
wanna
it.
give anything
Sorry,
away.
that's why I burst out laughing. Yeah, this could be interesting. This could be a very interesting opening.
Well,
So I'm thinking that just north of Aurora Materials, we are gonna have a bit of an exchange. They've definitely adapted. Good for them. Let's see how it works. Go on, Mouty. How long we got?
30 seconds. Like 40 now.
Oh, you're going on the resource.
Yeah, for this round, yeah.
Yeah, sure. All right, I'll do the same.
30 seconds before a round start. I will try to put the videos on YouTube if I don't forget it. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round start. Good luck, everyone.
Right, hopefully on stream now we should have a countdown this time. I totally forgot to do it last time because I'm terrible at this. Celebi.
Much more many times.
Right, look at this. Look at this. We got 4 prowlers. We got 2 rep buses. You got what? 5, 6 sky guards, 7 maybe. You got a rep galaxy above the rep bus. This is,
interesting.
solid.
We've got a load of vanguards from the NC. Four vanguards.
Interesting there though, and this is something all the other team captains can learn from. You see what died first there? You get a rep galaxy like that in that kind of setup, it's so easy to hit with an AP van. The galaxies on both teams died first. There's one NC gal still up, but the other one died, and both are dead now.
I have to say though, the NC, while all that's going on, they've snuck 2 repair sundies round to the east side of the base, and they're currently edging their way along the perimeter wall.
Nice.
I
Yeah,
don't
sneaky.
understand why
The
TR is not
NC.
using prowlers and using lightning instead of prowlers, basically. The round start, like, it's not costing them anything.
Prowlers have the highest DPS of any AV thing in the game.
Yes, like solo prowlers with Walker, that's like so good.
Looks like
what
the
gets me is that the NC haven't used this little ridge above the base at all, which is really effective. Getting on this little ridge just north of the base on the biolab side, such a
Seems
powerful
like-
position.
while the TR are getting pulverized in the vehicle fight, the NC are just quietly setting up on the base, getting their sundies in position.
They still got the prowlers. Well, yeah, but if the prowlers survive, if they win this engagement, which is still possible, they're gonna wipe those sundies pretty quick and get.
They are
theirs
putting
around
lightnings
it.
now. It's really close, but if they had prowlers and not lightnings, they would have been so much. I mean, in the next incoming updates, the lightning is going to be way more fast and stable, so it's going to be probably like you can have an advantage using a lightning, but not in that situation.
I assumed
honestly.
that most of the lightnings were walkers, but yeah, you're right. Probably an AP lightning is a waste when you get an AP prowler for free.
It even allows you to not have walker buses because you have walkers on your
Prowler's dead
on
now.
your prowlers.
That's
I
the
have
end
to
of
say-
the exchange. The Vanguard shielded, took out a prowler, and I think
The,
now
even
the
have-
TR have lost that.
The vehicle play from the NC is just a lot better, I think. You see the crews sort of repairing, coming back in, repairing. So the GR seem a lot more muddled, and now they've just kind of attritioned.
Interesting thing though is that none of the TR guys, NC players are actually NC mains. They all are VS and TR, mostly TR. They've got AGON in there who are great vehicles in air out, but I don't know who
There
the
are a
Vanguard
couple of
drivers
TR
are.
running around in the base, but I'm not seeing any where they've come from, where they've sort of beaconed in.
Whoever
They're actually on the
they're,
point now. Ah, there's a beacon on the roof.
so we got
They've all
Scopper in a
beaconed in.
Vanguard. I'm trying to work out who the Vanguard drivers are. I don't know that tag. I can't work out who it is. They're even using gunners on some of them.
This is interesting. The TR beaconed in on the roof. They had a good, sizable number, but they're just getting wiped off by the air now. It's easy targets.
Yeah, when you're forced to rush in through the doors too, you just fodder. It takes a little time to work the angles, to keep peeking the doors, pick off the guy,
definitely.
pick off another. If you're just forced to rush in because you're under attack by air, you get murdered.
You did not fail, Vanu. You
Yeah,
failed
NC
yourself.
cap there. Freya geothermal could be more interesting. It depends. Let's see what the TR do here. I'm expecting a Sundra setup already.
The thing is, it's not. There's nothing set up. They're only now just starting to pull, which is far too late, in my opinion. Like, you need to make the call. Like, we're not going to get this base. Start having some people set up, because by this point it's just too late. You can't get your Sundays in there before they're going to get killed.
One of the things I picked up from another Hydra leader, Terrible Taz, that you just make it an absolutely standard thing that you always have a Sunder on the base behind. Yeah, it's not too defensive to get one guy to go deploy a Sunder and then come back again. It's just a
We
good
do
decision.
have one TR Sunday in the base. I don't know quite what it's doing at the moment, where it's going to go.
Damaged Vanguard repairing. Yeah, he got right in there. He's got to find a good spot to deploy. That's not a bad one. Got a bit of cover from the edge. Shield deploy as well, which is good. Now, where are the NC Sundras? That's the question. They're a bit
They're
slow
coming in
pushing
from the
up.
north now. They were a bit slow, yeah. See, this is why the TR have sort of pulled too late with these Sundays, because they're just getting insta-jibbed as they come out the pad.
Well, that Liberator could be a serious problem for them too. It's going to take them a bit of time to wear down the vehicles. They've got to set up a good hold, get spawns deployed inside the base. Maybe a Marauder Harasser, very powerful against infantry. One of the very best ways of slaughtering masses of infantry.
I mean, this is a sort of situation now where you'd hope the TR do a bit better, because they've had the time to set up some Sundays, because the NC were very slow in getting in with theirs. So the only thing they've got going against them now is the NC Air Force.
Well, one thing they can use, and that I've abused a little bit in Server Smashes, is the turrets on the amp station. They overlook all the good spawn points. They could take out that red bus that's deployed on the south side for sure. I think the turrets have been destroyed. The Vanguards are picking them off, but it's easy enough to wrap them.
Question
Nice
is,
TR-12 more
is any
deployed
of the
Sundays
TR
everywhere
actually
now.
going for these turrets? I mean, I can see one TR on like the base tower with a lock-on launcher, but
They're defending this more robustly, and I've got to be honest, I think that for all the NC's dominance here, they're attacking this base quite poor. I don't see the Sundras deployed in good positions and protected. I see probably too many vehicles. This is a base where you can drive a Harasser or a Sundra straight in there and start killing infantry, and they haven't done that at all. There's this route in here, it's straight by the road, up just up over the hill and across the rocks, and you're in by the spawn. And you can start cutting off infantry from getting to the A. They just haven't used that at all.
I mean, I think they're kind of brute forcing their way forward with the air support. I think all the TR Sundays are down now, thanks to the air.
That's time though that the TR should have used to try and kill some vehicles. So their objective should be, we set up a solid defence and we use the time that buys to thin out the vanguards, and a real advantage would be kill the lib. But I don't think they've succeeded. I haven't seen a vanguard die. I can see 2 that I think are unmanned. So the NC have probably unlocked those completely, so anybody can get in these and reuse them. So if the TR do kill a vanguard now, they can just replace it. They've got 2 that are waiting idle. Let's see what's on point.
Unfortunately, this kind of goes back to the whole Air Force thing, doesn't it? Like, the sheer air dominance just, like, negates anything you can do on the ground at this point.
Oh damn, I've got a Max sliding across the ground. Is that client side thing? He's even got a shield.
Is it on the point room?
Yes.
Oh, he's standing up for me, so it's got to be client side.
Ah, okay. That is a crap bug. If anyone from Daybreak's watching, get that shit fixed. It's been there for years and it's terrible.
It's quite hard to rocket launch prone Max.
You've got a pretty narrow area to hit. Yeah.
I'm seeing a like TR anti-vehicle group on the AMP station landing pad, about 4 of them, but this Vanguard's playing sniperoo with them, and he's pretty good at it as well. The Vanguards...
Realistically, they're not going to kill the Vanguards before this base is captured.
I think the Vanguard's more likely to kill them at this point. He's got 2 of them.
Which is why the priority when the NC first got here should have been for the TR, kill the Vanguards, because now it's too late. Now they don't have the time to do it. They've got to just focus on the A point. But they're focusing on the A point, playing at a big disadvantage because the NC have still got their force multiplier.
Unfortunately, when they get to the AMP station, it's going to be absolute murder to defend that one, because A, internal spawn points in the base, but also it's a 3-pointer as well, all in the open. So,
quick cap time too, on the 3-minute cap time. They could set up a bunch of anti-tank mine, but it's not on a 3-point amp. Are you really going to rush it with vehicles? Probably going to use air more than infantry.
yeah.
It's definitely an engagement around the A point, but it just doesn't look like the TR are anywhere near really putting pressure on it. The NC look just a bit too comfortable.
Will you truly allow yourself to
The NC are actually pushing out now and holding more ground, which at 40 seconds means they've got the bait.
And I have to say, like, psychologically as well, trying to fight over a base when you're sort of continuously getting, you know, rocket podded and stuff, it's quite mentally tiring. All the screen shake.
Yeah.
Hello? Have you started the clock on your stream?
I started
do you
what? Yeah.
Yeah, how long is remaining in the match?
17 minutes, 25
Yes.
seconds now.
I think it will be over long before then.
17,
so-
20,
Yeah, guys, so the match started at 8. Something like that.
17,
A new
15.
conglomerate has taken the facility.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not at the second, but yeah, you know. I think it's going to be fine. I hope.
Well, I triggered that at exactly the right moment. Right, they've lost this base for geothermal is capped for the NC. they've now got an amp station to defend, and although it's a short cap time, and you can play a bit of whack-a-mole around the base with flipping point, the vehicles will be less of a factor. Air will be annoying, but it's hard to get you can't get a tank in for a start, not usually.
I mean, it looks like the oh, I can see 3 TR harassers going around again.
Let me zoom the minimap
I
out.
think
Whereabouts
they're
are they?
Vulcan harassers, just southwest of the amp station. Sorry, northwest. They
Oh,
really,
yeah,
I'm gonna
I've
see if they can get these Prowler, but the Prowler's just banger. Sorry.
Shielded,
Yeah.
but he's still gonna die. He should die. Got 2 of them. Oh, he's backing off. You could have finished him.
It seems
What
to
is
me
that
like
Vanguard got? Is he running? I guess he's running stealth. He doesn't have front or side arm. Or is that that module on the back? Is he running the proxy raid? I never use that, so I'm not sure what it looks like. But is that
me neither. Oh, you can NC Sunday train going into the base. Well, I don't know why you'd do that. For considering it's a 3-pointer, like it's not an inside point.
You deploy more in the positions on the west side, around the stairs on the towers. Try and wedge us under into the
15
tower.
minutes remaining in the match, 15 minutes.
Like they
Or is it
shielded
16?
in with a load of maxes and stuff, but you know I can't see the point of it in this base.
I remember capping an amp station in the Cobalt internal service match by deploying a Sunderer just outside the A point here, over the wall, outside the wall, and getting the full platoon to go light assault. And just hop over to the end, just to finish it. That was awesome.
We did something great in the match against the American side, and that they destroyed the shield on the 1-point amp stations. And they, we basically, I don't understand why they did that, and I don't understand why it was in our plan, because that's so easy to get inside if there is no shield. But the moment you're in and there is no shield, people can kill you from out, and especially people can go inside from the roof. You know, they can drop from the roof and go on the point pretty easily, and that's what we did, and that was the way we captured an amp station.
Are there any galaxies or Valks for the NC? I haven't seen any. If they were using an aerial spawn,
Yeah, they have
go on,
all the
whereabouts?
match, I think.
So this is one of the
Failure
bases
is
where
not the path of
you
enlightenment.
you don't want the enemy to get in here at all, because once they get in and they get one of those spawn
Hard
points,
spawn,
yeah, then it just turns into sort of musical cap points, tends to be, and you chase them around and they take another one, and it's very laborious to get people out. I mean, it's yeah, you don't want to. Ideally, you never fight here, otherwise.
And with 13 minutes
Will
and
you
20
truly
seconds
allow
still on the
yourself to
timer,
lose?
they're gonna have a job holding this. 3-point amp stations you can definitely capture with underbot. Gets done not infrequently. The shorter cap time and the whole whack-a-mole thing with hard spawns, yeah, it can be done. So this is very capable in the Lanesmash.
TR spawn beacon northwest amp station. They're dropping, and they were making use of the anti-air turret, but they've still got the Vanguard, and the Vanguard's just going around killing turrets, and so no, they're getting air hammered.
Killing the AA turrets.
Yeah, the TR had some guys on the AA turrets, but said we got that Vanguard that's just going around the base picking off turrets.
Then see Harasser just GSDs in. What is he equipped with? Is this going to be a canister? Yes it is.
I think the guy, he's facing a anti-tank mines.
Oh, he's solo harassing.
Yeah, he
Nice.
stopped, dropped some anti-vehicle mines, and there he goes.
Sit up on the bridge.
Shield
Looks like it's
generator
pushing
critical.
towards C-Pod.
I find your effort lacking.
Oh, he's burning though. Down. Rasta down. TR are doing alright here. They keep flipping points in their own favour. The NC are not dominating this yet, not by any stretch.
Notice the NC have set their shield sticking down, so
I don't think on the 3-pointer is that going to help them much. Not sure.
no. I mean, might if they want to get more vehicles in, but probably not. Just something they've done and then moved on. Nobody's babysitting them, and it's sort of set them off as something maybe.
Sort of
TR.
seems like everybody's playing solo and just running around shooting
does,
stuff.
yeah.
There's no
Um,
like squads holding points or organised play. It's just everybody running around and cap points to shoot people. Oh, this medic's got it. No, he gets killed by the grenade. A TR grenade at that. I'm sure that was a TK.
There's a bit of fighting going on at the B point. Some squad play, well, a little bit, but it's very much like sort of disorganized little groups, just like muddling into each other.
C point looks pretty solid for the NC. Let's see what TR are outside it. Not even know. So yes, he is flipped. So look at B. TR need a point quick. The timer's going to go against them fast if they don't get one.
Got that NC canister harasser around by B now.
Picks off a light assault.
Yeah.
He's going to
Oh,
block the
he's running
spawn
into a
shields
max.
now. Is that a burster mark? He's going to
It is.
die. Oh, he got away.
Had a
just.
lucky escape.
He's probably
TR
switching to
pushing back
pounders right
onto
now.
C. Got like about a
Clear out
squad
of that
with TR
area.
on C point right
You
now.
are in a restricted area.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah, medics and heavy. I don't know what you think about this. I had a discussion with Ziggis in Hydra today about, I think that the meta is shifting a little bit away from heavies and medic, and that it's worth training up more light assaults and infiltrate.
On Lanesmashes, you mean? Or more like in general
For
game?
everything, for literally everything. So it just seems a little bit that way in even the 6v6 tournament, that light assaults are a really big deal in that now.
And 6vs is really important. I don't know much for Lanesmashes or Sailor Smashes because it's really making things more dynamic and more movement, you know. But it's also like less squad play and more autonomy, you know. So you
I think
cannot
light
like
assaults are like something that the smaller the fight, you know, maybe the more beneficial. But as you scale it up, they're just much more likely to get picked off by people.
By multiple
Have
people, yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you seen that encore TR max on the top of the station with bursters?
Oh, we've got some TRs,
Oh,
two
yeah, I
TR
see 'em.
Sundays and the lightning. I don't know if they're gonna hit the AT mines here.
Look at that's a desktop.
What's your timer on,
APK
Hello?
right there. My timer is on 7 minutes and 30 seconds now.
There's like a couple of leftover anti-tank mines. I'm waiting to see if any
Not
of these.
possible.
Oh, he's hit one, and does he hit the other? Yep, rip. Goodbye,
Your timer is
Sky
off
Guard.
by 20 seconds because I started at the resource 9 nights. Oh wait, no, it's not the same timer. Like yeah. Fuck the game channel.
Game over in 30 seconds.
Yeah, right.
Failure is not the path of enlightenment.
Yeah, it very much looks that way. Is there any possibility of the TR getting a point now? Are they anywhere near? Looks like B is maybe the closest.
Yeah, B, there is at least one TR close to it. I see it on. No, wait. Yeah, he's not doing anything. It's a light assault. He's not moving. He's staying in his corner.
They
You don't want the match to
anyway.
continue on. I'm staying there. I don't want to die. And Snack.
New conglomerate
No, wait.
has taken the facility.
End of run, end of match. Congratulations for NC for winning.
User joined your channel.
I think the TR did a bit better at the last
The team
base,
captain joined the streaming channel so they can do a quick interview.
but it was very much lopsided.
Yeah, definitely.
I think they kind of did better at the last base because it felt like the NC sort of, you know, they knew they'd won. They weren't quite so try hard. There's a bit more, you know, running around looking for the kills.
Be interested to see what the team captains think. Is it as simple as
User
that
joined
was
your
just
channel.
air dom? Let's try and get the team captain from the US
User
team.
joined your channel.
Do you know who was leading the US team, Mauti?
No idea. I think it's someone from Shock. Hello, Michael and
joined your
Nadrin.
channel.
Hello. Is Mir here already? No, it's not funny.
Hello.
I'll just get Mir here.
Hiya.
Hello.
So to the shock team first. Was it as simple
User joined your channel.
as just air dominance won that, or do you think there was a bit more to it?
So, well, air dominance was huge, but first of all, we had no idea. Like, we didn't think about the first round. We didn't think about bringing prowlers all the way over because we didn't have the tech plant, and you guys
User
started with
joined your
vanguards.
channel.
So that was the first thing that we noticed. And also, I didn't, as like when we made our team, Emerald has a huge issue right now with vehicle and airplay, and honestly, air is not even something that I thought about in terms of how dominant it could be. We realized that it could be dominant, so we had an anti-air team, but
User
it doesn't
joined
really
your
do
channel.
much when you've got, you know, 4 or 5 Reavers in the air and a Lib who can easily take out that Thunder or squad that's trying to take out air.
Oh Jesus! I mean, when you're in a rep bus and it gets focus fired by a squad of air that are working together, that is not a fun feeling. I've been
Yeah,
I sympathise. Go on, Michael. What was your opening strategy in the first round then, Michael? I guess you were
We got a
leading
couple
for DVS.
Yeah, we had like a couple of vanguards up with support of rep. Like I think we had 3 or 4 repair Sunders, and next to that we had additional repair Galaxies, 2 of them. So we were just like one fortress of repairness, going for the middle section, and we were just like, let's destroy their Sunders first, and then get our maxes up and crash the point. And in the first round, like the second round was a lot harder than the first one, to be honest. But yeah, like we tried to get the outside control first, and then go full max crush on the point.
So, out of interest, did you use gunners in the prowlers, or did you just have drivers?
We just did drivers in and swapped people in as the prowlers went down.
And vanguards?
Yeah, we had gunners in all of them.
Just wondered, because last year it was a kind of meta that Farah created with the INI Elite team, INI and UFOs from Miller, that they would always put a walker on the top of their tanks and just pull loads of them at the start. You get like 8 or more MBTs. So using the main gun, only one person in it and a walker, so you can do both AA and maybe. I
Yeah,
just wondered
exactly.
if you
It's not
guys
fun.
went the same way.
Yeah, kind of
we
like
did.
it's not fun to go up against, but it works, you know. So
Yeah, we were Walker we were AP and Halberd on ours.
I was gonna ask actually about the team kind of setups. Like, how much are you guys running? Do you have like sort of dedicated vehicle groups and things like that?
We we had a dedicated vehicle group. That was our Bravo squad at the time. So that would be Scream. We had one shot guy in there. They were 6 guys though, and we had an anti-air squad also, which were 4 guys, and then we had an infantry squad. And we had a flex squad. Flex squad was essentially a squad that did everything. So they did air, they did ground, they did infantry, and they were the guys who were pretty much pissing you off in the second round, where we were pulling Sunders and deploying them and all that other bullshit.
Exactly.
So
all those stealth Sunders you're talking about.
Oh yeah, sneaky. I found a glitch, by the way. I was sorry. I didn't mean to abuse it. I stopped right away. I found a way of shooting through the ground at Frere Amp. I don't know if a couple of you guys noticed, but I was shooting a walker through the ground. I killed 3 guys and then I stopped.
So the DVS guys, what was your kind of team setup?
We had like a group of 12 infantry players, and then some of them would just go for some replacement and stuff, And Gal piloting was just all in for the core squad. And we had 6 pilots, which like 2 of them were in the lib together, and then we had 6 people with like 2 vanguards and 2 red buses.
So that's kind of like the more, I suppose, traditional Lanesmash team setup, like we saw a lot from the last tournament. That was sort of how a lot of teams ran things.
That's true. Maybe fewer libs in the last time, but I think, to be honest, they were underused. The lib seemed pretty effective there. It was always present, shooting away at vehicles. It didn't seem to die to us. They're so tanky.
Yeah, I think it generally takes air to kill a lib, and we didn't have much. I don't think we kept anything up past the opener.
One thing we couldn't see on TS, Michael, was what comms setup you were using. So I saw that the Emerald team were in 4 different channels, and now that you've said how you split your team up, that makes sense. But you guys were on a different TS, I guess. Were you all in one channel? Did you use 3 or 4? What was your comm set?
We had like the core squad, the office. We had it all in one channel, and then we had the air in one channel, and then the vanguards and the red buses in the channel. So we had 3 channels.
I would say that's probably the default setup from last tournament as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's simple and it works, so I guess, why not run with it, right?
Did you watch any game? I mean, I guess for both teams it was your first match. Have you played before, Michael?
Yeah, I think I played like a few of those practice Lanesmash, but that was like 48 versus 48 for the service match prep. And I played one Lanesmash against DVS with Red Mist.
Okay, so you got a bit of prior experience.
And yeah, not much though.
No, actually, I'm not. I did all the leading today, but the person who's supposed to be leading was absent, and he's the one who had all the strats done, and he's the one who watched all the video footage, which was unfortunate. And also, we had to scramble at the end. Thankfully DVS took forever because we thought we were starting at 4 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, sorry for that.
It's no problem, but because we had to scramble for numbers because a lot of our best players, and I emphasize our best players, for some reason decided that today they had family things. Somebody had a child that was born. Like, it was crazy.
Did you?
Somebody decided they had a child, so he only realized today that he was going to have a child.
Yeah, the kid couldn't be born a week earlier or something. I don't know. It was unfortunate, but yeah. So we had to grab some regular guys. When I say regular, I just mean people who hold 1 KDs.
But you had like somebody, I guess, who sort of went back and looked at some of the past games for sort of research and stuff.
Yeah, we did. And he was supposed to lead today, but like I said, he wasn't here. And he's the one who came up with the 4 squad method. But like I said, our squad leaders we had Xeris. He's our armor guy, so our armor was fine. But in terms of our anti-air and our infantry squad, they didn't have leaders, so we had to We had to just dump someone in there for that. So that made it really hard to communicate properly with them because they didn't know the plans and the layouts. I had to quickly, like I said, thankfully DVS took forever because we were able to communicate a couple things. But one thing that you'll notice, especially, I'm going to go back and watch this game, if hopefully it's all recorded. We had a lack of maxes. Huge lack of maxes.
Yeah, that's true as well. Like, we were overusing them, to be honest.
Well, in
like,
the opening, you had a hacksaw max, which isn't that. Did you guys have a gentleman's agreement there? That was a bit dirty.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was mechanics.
Yeah, I got shot in the face with one, and
But he said sorry and stuff. You know, it was really an accident.
He took your face off with shot, but he said sorry.
Yeah, so it's not bad.
I also NC, man. NC is a cheesy faction. Like I'm an NC main, and I never noticed it until I was on TR today. I was like, wow, that canister really hurts the face, and the jackhammer really hurts my face too.
Yeah, we
And the airhammer does on every fucking.
Michael, we need to find out. I think it was NC character number 1190. I saw using a jackhammer in the bio. It was rocket primary and then jackhammer all the time. We need to name and shame whoever that was. You've got a list of character numbers and who used
I
them.
do. You want me to look it up now?
Yeah, please. I want to call it on stream.
Okay. What number?
I think it was 1190. It was moved AD in a bit, so it's hard to see.
Brenhan.
I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, that must have been Branham.
Well, named on stream as Dirty Jackhammer Rocket Primary, but calling him out right there. Alright, well, good game, guys. Best of luck for the tournament, and I guess we'll see you in the meeting in an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, well played.
Yeah, thanks for the match. It was really nice to have like a training match before the tournament starts, you know, because we have no experience whatsoever with Lanesmashes, and yeah, this is good to you know, to get used to the format.
Oh, yeah, thanks a lot. Also, now we're gonna study that footage and fix things.
All right, cheers, guys.
Cheers, man.
Good night.
Cheers.
See ya.
Good night.